Hey guys, BJ the Brave here, back again with another tournament report. Guys, we've had the biggest tournament yet, and it was a £1,000 prize money. It was the Gengur's Gauntlet. It was an excellently run tournament. I have to say, massive shout out to Gengur and the whole crew behind it. They did a great job. They were streaming it on Twitch. I will put a link to the VOD so you can go and watch it. But guys, this is you know, what are we now? 4 days into the game releasing, so this was pretty cool to see because we got to see some returning pros, some really top players, and some great gameplay. I mean, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, I was so impressed with the level of gameplay. I learned so much watching it, guys. I definitely recommend going and watching the VOD. What I'm going to do in this video is just quickly take you through a couple of standout decks, because I think you'll be pretty interested to know what the kind of highest level of competitive play looks like. Here's the bracket, guys. Now, what you can see here is that Seeking Earth, he actually took down the it was an 8-round Swiss system to start with, and he actually won the league in the Swiss system. He was undefeated in it, and then the top 8 went through to a bracket, and he went all the way to the final, and he ended up losing to this player who in English I think is called Ancient Zero. So congratulations to Ancient Zero on taking down the tournament as a whole, but also big shout out to Earth, who played some amazing Shadowverse. Honest to God, they both played so well. So yeah, the shout out to Ancient Zero on winning. Now let's have a quick look at some of the decks. Okay, so I will share the links to the decks either in the description or in the pinned comment below. Let's start off with Ancient Zero then, who won the tournament. He brought Runecraft and he brought Portal. Now this was his Runecraft deck, and I think probably the thing that stands out most to me is he doesn't run the 2-drops, right? You know, the 2-drop spells that essentially give you a 2/2 on board. He's dropped those. Now, it may well be, before you all run off and play this deck on ladder, you have to bear in mind that he may have known that the predominant decks in the tournament were going to be more control based, and therefore he was able to drop that. So it's something you need to think about when you think about taking these decks on ladder, is if you drop that tool, that is a tool to help with the early game. But because he could do that, he was able to put in like 2 snowman armies, which obviously you're going to be playing this for very cheap, if not 0 cost. And then he's able to put double heal in and sort of really rush through the deck with the card draw between this and the foresight, and of course homework time, and a couple of Williams as well. And at the end, obviously, it's pretty standard now that you do run the Kakaitis. I know I showed you the meta report that was on Shadowverse GG, and a lot of people in the comments said they didn't rate the decks, and I agree actually. I don't think those decks were up to speed, but this definitely is. Like, this is a really class deck. Yeah, really interesting, and he played it so well. Next up, he brought Portal. This was his Portal deck. And yeah, I mean, one of the kind of like, I think they're becoming pretty standard now, these hybrid portals, right? With the 3 Ralmirs and the 3 Orcus. I think the thing in this particular version that stood out for me, which was quite different from like Earth, is that he ran double puppet theater. So one of the reasons for that is that it means that you've got a lot more reach, right? When it comes to Orcus coming down, you can kind of save these puppets, and you can kind of do more burn damage. Also just helps you keep up in the early game with removal if you need it. And then he also runs double copy of the Doomrite Resurgence as well, so he can kind of he's pretty much got a guarantee that on 5 he's going to have something that he can cheat out. You know, some of the alpha, beta, gammas. I've forgotten what we call the level the second level ones. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, really interesting deck. He also runs a couple of UDs as well to really help with card draw. So yeah, this is what he took the tournament down with, so congratulations to Ancient Zero. Let's take a look now at Earth's decks. And now Earth, first of all, his Portal deck, you can see here that he actually has the he has a couple of these instead, giving you the 2 damage every time that you fuse something. So this really was able to play very grindy, and Earth showed some incredible gameplay with this deck. for example, against Forestcraft, he just kept spamming the 3-drop that has the Vanguard, the 1/5 Vanguard, and it was like, whoa, yeah, you can just keep doing that, right? And they can't burn you down. He just found some really, really interesting lines of play. But yeah, a little bit different, going more down that route. And then, interestingly, he actually brought Swordcraft as his second deck. And this deck really was interesting because it was a bit more mid-rangey. You can see he's gone for a bit more in the late game. But what's interesting to me is what he's doing in the early game, because he's running the layers and he's running the dispose a card, draw a card, put a card back, draw a card. I mean. And so, yeah, what I guess he's realizing is that he's got these late game cards and he's able to correct his hand and draw in and not run out of resources. Also running the 3 Apollos as well to help out with clears in the early game. Yeah, he played it very, very well. It came a bit unstuck for him in the final, but throughout the tournament, the deck did really, really good. Yeah, they were our 2 finalists in the decks, and I just wanted to share just a couple of other really standout ones from the semi-finals. So first up we had, first up we had a Dragon Aggro deck that I wanted to share. This got all the way to the semi-finals, and yeah, this is a really cool deck, guys. If you've got any Dragon players out there, this is definitely one that you want to check out for sure. Super, super fast. You've got things like the Indomitable Fighter, which I'm really loving this card, because obviously, you know, it's just a 2/2/2, that's good for tempo, but if you play it on 4, the guy comes down, he's pretty large, and he's able to combo quite nicely with other cards, like, for example, where is the Zell, for example. So you could like super evolve with Zell into this guy. That would cost you only 7, and that would give you an Indomitable 6 attack, and this guy would be on, oh God, what would he be on? 7 attack, would he, or something like that? Pretty good value. He also runs triple Philadoos. But look at this! Look at all the low-cost units. The Indomitable Dragons that come out of this and out of this. Yeah, this is pretty tasty, guys. Pretty tasty. He's got the buff card, which you can put on the Indomitable Dragons, and he's still got a little bit of ramp in there, but he's only got one of the Louis Fangs, because I guess it's a bit less needed to get into the late game, right? But obviously the triple forte, he's got the Warrior of the Deeps in there. He's got the sword snout. So God, this is a lot of aggro. If you want an aggro beatdown dragon deck, definitely take this one for a spin. I'll be testing this out on ladder for sure. I think there was one more, yeah. Also in the semi-final, we did have a Forestcraft deck, so I wanted to share this with you. This is very similar to some of the decks I've been seeing some of the top players on ladder running. Been watching a guy called Chappie. I've got to recommend his Twitch. Really good if you're a Forest player. He's currently in the top 10 on ladder, and he runs something similar to this, right? And basically what you're doing is you're running a lot of the cheap stuff primarily. Obviously you've got your Roach combo, got triple Godwolf staff to keep as being your draw engine basically, and obviously to bounce Roach for free. But what he's actually gone for is just a single copy of Aria, which is kind of interesting, right? Because you're less likely to draw it, but I do like it in the sense that Aria gives you a crest, which you can only make use of once, right? So the second one was somewhat redundant, but what he has got is double Olivia. I think Olivia's very good in Forestcraft for sure. And like I said, Chappie also was running some of these, but it's kind of a really interesting late game. Just the Bales, the double Olivia, and the Aria as well. So you've kind of got the fairy wink on through Aria. But you've obviously got your Roaches like your main wink on. Super powerful deck this. Very high skill ceiling though. Don't expect, if you're just picking up if you're a new player and you're just picking up Forestcraft, don't expect to win your first 10 games with this deck. I lost a lot of games with Forestcraft when I first started jumping in with them, and I'm still learning massively with it, so it's not an easy one to get your head around, but it is very powerful when you do. So there we go, guys. I'm going to share all of the top 8 deck lists, so definitely go and check that out. Let me know if you like this kind of content, what you want to see on the channel. Appreciate all the support, as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.